Hi, it's Barbara again. I'm here with the 12 weeks of Halloween, and today I'm sharing with you this cute, adorable little box. I put the daisy flower on top of it. So what do you think? Cute, huh? Okay, let's get started. You're going to need some black cardstock that measures 7 by 8.5, and the DSP. I'm using the striped DSP from Spooky Night, and I've used this one here for the flower and this one for the flower. So I've already punched my flowers out from the DSP. So let's get started. The materials that you're going to be needing is 2 punches, which this is the, I believe, classic label punch, and the daisy punch, the stamp set Spooky Cat, the DSP Spooky Night, Memento Tuxedo Black ink is what I used, and dimensionals and some shimmer ribbon. So let's get started with this. In the stamp set, I'm using the Happy Halloween to put on the front there. Adorable. So we're going to start with scoring our cardstock for the base of the box. I'm using the Stampin' Trimmer, and you're going to put it in the Stampin' Trimmer on the long side, and your first score mark is going to be a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to go down to 2 inches. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Okay, let's do the 2.5 inches. We're going to go back when we're all done scoring and put in another score on each side. 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches, and that is down in this little valley here on the arm is your 6.5 score mark. And that should do it there. We're going to turn it to the short side, and we're going to score the same 1/2 inch, 2.5, 4.5, and last 6.5. Okay, we won't need this arm. Now on this here, if we take and turn to the long side, and you have the 1/2 inch on this side, there's not a 1/2 inch on this side. The short side has 2 1/2 inches. Okay, we're going to turn it to the long side. And we're going to make 2 more score marks, and I'll show you what those are going to be for. When you lay, this is a template that I wanted my DSP bigger, so I kept it as a template. When you put that in, this is the top of the box. I have it rounded corners, but you have these flaps here, and here. And this is the score line we're going to put in, but you're not going to score in this middle section here. So when you put it back into the arm of the Stampin' Trimmer, you're going to score, let's see, the 2.5, the first score would be at 2 inches on the long side here, at 2 inches. And you want to stop at this first score line here, and that is at 2.5 inches down. Let's see. So you want to stop. And then that next score line is the 2.5 inches. And then you go to the 4.5 inches. There's that score line. Now you want to go over to the 5 inches and put in that score line down to that first, I'm sorry, it would be the second score line, all the way down. Now I did not do this on this other one, and I should have. When you stop there, you want to raise your arm and go down to the next score line down here and finish scoring to where this is empty in the center. Okay, let's go back to that 2-inch score line and score up. There we go. So now you can see that it stops and then picks up here on each one of these. Okay, now before we put our board up, we need 5 pieces that measure 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 out of the striped DSP. So let's get those cut out. This is my Halloween 12 weeks. This is week number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more of the 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. Okay, so those are done. All right, now to cut our box base out. All right, we're going to start. You will need to, let me just get a pencil here. Okay, when we lay this template on top, there's 4 little tabs here, 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 and here. Those will be cut out. And then this will be cut out. This section, this one, and these 2. Okay, and all of this, and then over to the left side, all of this, and all of this. Okay, so let's do our first cut mark, and we'll do it on the short side. And we're going to take and cut up to this score line here. So let's go on up. And then over here, see, we're going to leave this little tab here. So we're going to cut up on this one and then all the way up this score line. And this little tab. Okay, so now it looks like this. So we're going to go ahead and miter these cuts for our tabs. Okay, let's do the same on this side. All the way up to this score line. Cut the little tab out. And then give this a miter cut. Okay, now we're going to turn it around, and as you can see, you've got the one fold here, and then the 2 on this side. Looks like a cross. Alright, we're going to cut out the same. We're going to go all the way up to this score line. We're going to bypass this one and go all the way up. Should have got my bigger scissors for this one. we're going to cut here and all the way across this score line. Okay, now we're going to miter these corners here. And we'll go ahead and just miter this one, and that'll fall off. Okay, and the same on the opposite side. All the way up to that second score line. And then we're going to cut here. Leave this tab here. And then cut this, we'll cut this part out. Okay, so we got all that. All right, let's go ahead and miter these. Let's see, this one, we want one of these to be the top of the box. So these are the sides of the box. So when you fold, this will be the top, your sides, and the bottom. Okay, so we want to, whoops, I got this, nope, I got it. Where am I at here? Right here. Okay, now I got it together. Okay, so we want this to be rounded corners. That's going to give us our basis for the top. Let me go ahead and score this flat. Burnish it, I'm sorry. And let's put that in. Get it all the way in. Okay, so that is the top of the box, our sides and the bottom. All right, let's burnish these score lines. Oop. Wow, I was off on that one. Getting in a hurry. There we go. And let's get these edges here. I hope the lighting is decent. Our day is kind of gloomy outside. So the light coming in from the window, and I am sitting in front of a window, but the light coming in is not too good. Okay, so let's turn it over. And now the top of the box, the rounded corners, you want to decide on how you want to lay your DSP. I chose that I wanted it this way. When the box goes together, the front, whichever you decide on the front, will be, you know, they will run together. So let's go ahead and get these put down. The bottom is not going to have, okay, so it's going to be like this. One around and this one around, and that's the way I want to glue them. You can use your Snell adhesive, because this is DSP going to cardstock, so it will hold this. And this leaves about a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. There we go. And one more. There we go. All right. We want to take and put adhesive on here that is going to make the sides of our box, and then the part that is squared, which we need to go ahead and miter just so it closes nicely. We want glue on these 3 tabs. The rounded end is the top, so we don't need any. Okay, I have chosen to use Tombow. You can use sticky tape or the fast fuse. You want something to hold the box together. All right, when you fold this over, this is going to lay right on top of that. Okie dokie. We open this up and fold this in, and let me cut. Let's see, I moved that. I moved it last time. Let me hold that just for a second there. Okay, the sides are going to go in and the top's going to go in. Flaps, I should say. There we go. All right. There's our box there. Okay, you're going to need your Stampin' Pierce mat. And on the daisy punched flowers, we're going to give them some definition. And you'll need your stylist, any kind of stylus. So I'm going to use the Big N. And the side that you want showing, you want to turn it over. And you can see I've already done one. You take and with your stylus, push on all 4 petal tips, and then take your stylus and pull that petal to the center. It rolls it right up and gives it that definition. Okay, flip this over, and right here around the edge where the petals meet the center, we're going to do a circular motion to give that some definition. Now the more you do that, the more definition you're going to get. And you can see the difference between these 2 flowers here. So I want the black petal on top of the orange pumpkin spice one. It's pumpkin spice. I'm stuck on pumpkin Halloween. Okay, a little bit of Tombow. Alright, get that situated, that top daisy flower. Alright, and I'm going to use a dimensional. Bottom of that one came off. There we go. Once this is on, you'll want to readjust your, let's see, make sure you can put it on any side you want. If you want it to open from the back, by all means put the flower on where you want it. Let's get that there. Now to stamp our sentiment, using the Black Memento ink and our Stampin' Pierce mat. We're using the photopolymer stamp, so you need a pad. If you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, you can use a magazine. Let's just stamp that right in there. And our punch. Okay, and while that is drying, let's get our ribbon out. You'll need about 12 to 14 inches of ribbon. We're going to tie it into a square knot. So let's cut some of this off. On your square knot, you want to hold the ribbon that is in your right hand, hold it down flat, and then pull with the left, and that gives you the square knot. Perfect. Okay, now with the dimensionals, cut one in half, or you can use your the ends around your dimensional. Guess I didn't cut that good enough. Okay. Alright, we're going to use a faceted gem in the center. Push your petals back up. And there you have it. This is the 12 weeks of Halloween, week number 6, and my daisy flower box. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye.